Good evening, children.
Good evening, ma'am.
Good evening,
Good
ma'am.
evening. Good
Good
evening,
evening,
children. Good evening.
Good evening, ma'am.
Good evening. Let's discuss the graphs which I had shared with you as homework. How many of you have completed the assignment? Raise your hand. Krishmi Kashri, Prajit, Netra, Danya, Krishmi. Srijana? On Saturday, I was not able to take the class, so I had shared, I think, 4 questions on graphs to be completed in your notebook. You have not finished, Srijana? Oh, okay. I can see your hand up now. All right. So children, I'll be really happy if you can, after the class, take pictures of your work and share it on WhatsApp with me. All of you. Krishmi Kashri, Prajit, Netra, Danya, Krishmi and Srijana. Okay. So let's discuss the answers. This is the first one, right? Please look into your notebook. This is the first one, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So let X and Y be 2 complementary angles. What are 2 complementary angles? 2 angles are said to be complementary if their sum is 90 degrees. And 2 angles are said to be supplementary if their sum is 180 degrees. 2 angles, not 3 angles, not 4 angles, 2 angles. Supplementary and complementary are terms used with respect to a pair of angles. If 3 angles add up to 180 degrees or 90 degrees, they are not supplementary or complementary angles. Supplementary angles and complementary angles represent a pair of angles, 2 angles. 2 angles are said to be complementary if their sum is 90 degrees. And 2 angles are said to be supplementary if their sum is 180 degrees. So here let X and Y be 2 complementary angles. That means X plus Y is 90 because they're complementary angles. That means the equation is X plus Y is equal to 90. One angle is X, the other angle is Y. And since they are complementary, their sum is 90 degrees. X plus Y is equal to 90. Frame an equation. So we frame the equation in X and Y and graphically find the complement of 80 degrees. Algebraically, tell me what is the complement of 80 degrees? 80 plus what is 90?
10.
10. So 10 degrees, 10, 80 plus 10, 80 degrees plus 10 degrees is 90 degrees. So the complement of 80 degrees is 10 degrees and the vice versa is also true. The complement of 10 degrees is 80 degrees. What's the complement of 0 degrees?
90.
90 degrees. And what's the complement of 90 degrees?
0.
0 degrees. Yeah. And the complement of 45 degrees?
45.
Is 45 itself. Okay. So now we need to, so like this, we can answer these questions algebraically, like by using the equation X plus Y is equal to 90. And then we take one angle as 80 degrees plus Y is equal to 90. So Y is equal to 90 minus 80, 10 degrees. So the complement of 80 degrees is 10 degrees. Algebraically, you can work like this and give the answer, but you have to find it graphically. Frame an equation and graphically find the complements. Okay, so one angle X, its complement Y, equation is this, and we write X in terms of Y. You can also write Y in terms of X. You can also write Y is equal to 90 minus X. Then you need to prepare the XY table. You need to prepare this XY table. And the answers you must get are on the, this is what, find the complement of 80 degrees. Find the complement of 80 degrees. That means, see here, if one angle is 80 degrees, what is its complement? 10 degrees. If one angle is 0, if it is 0, what's its complement? Right above. Okay, let me tell you 1 minute. Okay, so I was telling you that you can also write Y is equal to 90 minus X. That's one thing. Now you need to prepare this XY table. You need to prepare this XY table. Okay, and you must be able to on the using the graph, you must be able to locate these values. So on the x-axis, you must find 80 degrees, 0 degrees, of course, will be the 45 degrees. So that means You must have at least up to 80 degrees on the x-axis. And on the y-axis, what's the answer for this? 10 degrees. The answer for this, 90 degrees. The answer for this, 45 degrees. See, what we have understood in one of our previous sessions is that whenever we have to answer questions from the graph, we need to answer the questions algebraically and make sure that these values will be available on the graph. That's how you decide the scale. So we have answered the questions, and these are the x values. These are the x values, and these are the corresponding y values. Why these are the x values? Because if these are the angles, what are their complements? See, find the complement of. So the angles are here. See here, let one angle be x. Its complement is y. So the angles are on the x-axis, and their complements are on the y-axis. See, that's what it is. See. Let one angle be x. So the angles are on the x-axis. Let its complement be y. So to find the complement of an angle, you should find it on the y-axis. So one angle is given 80 degrees. So this 80 degrees is on the x-axis. Its complement you will find on the y-axis. 0 degrees is on the x-axis. Its complement you should find on the y-axis. 45 degrees you should take on the x-axis, and you must find its complement on the y-axis. So these are the x values. And you must algebraically find their y value. So this will be 10 degrees, this will be 90 degrees, and this is 45 degrees. So you must be able to locate these points, these on the x-axis and these on the y-axis. So that gives us the scale. 1 centimeter is equal to 10 units. 1 centimeter is equal to 10 units. You can also take 1 centimeter is equal to 5 units. So then in that case, you should not take the y-axis in the middle of the graph paper. You must take it to the extreme left on the graph paper. See, this is the full paper, right? So you should take the x-axis here and the y-axis like this here. Then also, I don't know if we can get 90. Let's see, 5, 10, 15, or 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. Oh no, 45. See, you're not getting 90. So you cannot take. You cannot take because you cannot get 90 on the what axis? X-axis. What's the value? What are the values on the x-axis? I forgot. 80, 0, and 45. So 80. So I doubt if we can get 80 also. I doubt if we can get 80 here on the x-axis. So I think the best scale is 1 centimeter is equal to 10 units. The best scale is 1 centimeter is equal to 10 units. So if you mark, if you take, on the x-axis, see the x-axis here. 1 centimeter. 1 centimeter is equal to 10 units. Here 10, 20, 30, 40, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80. You find 80. So just take 2 more values, 90, 100. That's enough. That's enough. So that's how you choose the scale. So since you need to have on the x-axis, the maximum value here is 80. So you need to have at least 80. Only then you can answer the question. And on the y-axis, the complement of 0 is 90 degrees. So you need to have at least in 90. At least in 90. Am I clear, children?
Yes, ma'am. Yes. Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. All right, children. So since we need to answer these questions using the graph paper, you should be able to locate these points on the x-axis and their answers on the y-axis. Because these are the angles. These are the angles and these are their complements. So which means you must have at least till 80 on the x-axis and at least till 90 on the y-axis. Okay. And the scale, I told you why we take 1 centimeter is equal to 10 units. Because if we take 1 centimeter is 5 units, I don't think we can mark up to 80. You check, I just did it roughly. I think we can't get up to 80. You can check. Yeah, so that's one part. And then you need to complete the XY table. So give different values for Y and find the corresponding values for X. Give different values for Y and find the corresponding values for X. So don't try to give 1, 2 and all that. The scale is 1 centimeter is equal to 10 units, right? So don't try to give, let y be 1, 2 and all that. Say take something like 10, 20, 50, take values like that. Take values like that. Don't take, see, when you take the scale as 1 centimeter, 1 unit, then we give values like when x is 1, when x is 2, when x is minus 2. Now here the scale is 1 centimeter is 10 units. So we'll take when x is, sorry, when y is 10, 20, 30, 40, or 35, 45, like that. So I have taken when y is 80, the value of x is 10. When y is 0, x is 90. And when y is 20, x is 70. So these values are not fixed. You can take any values of your choice. You can give any different values for y. Use the values in tens. Like say like y, when y is equal to 10, when y is 20, when y is 30, when y is 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, like that. Okay. So yeah, like that. Don't go beyond 90 because it will not be meaningful, right? Meaning x cannot be 100. You cannot find the complement of 100. You cannot find the complement of 100 degrees. So we'll not take values beyond 90. So we can take anything from 0 to 90. From 0 to 90. You can take 0, 10. We won't take negative values also here because it's, you will get the correct graph. Even if you take negative values, the graph line which you get will be correct. But just that the table will not make a lot of sense. The XY table. It's not wrong, but since angles are not negative, we will not take negative values. If negative values are feasible in that situation, you can take negative values. Again, I'm telling you, by mistake, if you take some negative value, you will still get the correct graph line. The graph line will be correct. But here, since there are two angles, we'll take y values from 0 to 90 so that it's more meaningful. Like when y is 80 degrees, its complement is 10 degrees. When y is 0 degrees, its complement is 90 degrees. When y is 20, its complement is 70, like that. It's meaningful, the table. So don't take 1, 2, 3, 4 because again, it will be very clumsy to plot. Since our scale is 1 centimeter, 10 units, it will be very difficult, meaning very clumsy to plot, and your graph line, you will find it difficult to get an accurate graph line. So we'll take in tens, multiples of 10. So once you make the table, you just have to plot the points. So 10 and 80, 10, 80, 10, 80. See here, I plotted the points. 90, 0. 90 is out here and 0. So here itself. This is 90, see here, 10, 80, 10, 80, 10 here, 80 here. So this is 10, 80. 90, 0. This is 90 on the x-axis, 0. So the same thing, the same point. This is 90, 0. 70, 20, 70, 20. So where is 70, 20? 70, this is 70, 20 here. 70, 20. 70, 20. So join these 3 points and obtain the graph. Now you can see I have mentioned the address of the points and also the equation on the line. You can see the equation on the line. I've written here, what is this? One angle. The x-axis represents one angle and the y-axis represents the complement of the angle or complementary angle. And then, of course, the scale. Now you need to answer these questions from the graph. When x is 80 degrees, so see here, when x is 80, go up till you hit the graph line. Go up, go straight up till you hit the graph line. You hit the graph line here. From there, draw a line. So this is, you're drawing a perpendicular from the x-axis. You're drawing a perpendicular till you hit the graph line. And when you hit the graph line, draw a line parallel to the x-axis like this. So 10. When x is 80, y is 10. When x is 80, so I've answered here. When see from the graph, the complement of 80 degrees is 10 degrees. You don't have to write on the graph paper. You can write it in your, like the ruled paper. I've written it here. You can answer the questions in your ruled paper, not on the graph paper. I've written it here. So from the graph, so here, see, this is 80, go up till you hit the graph line. And from there, you have to read the y value. So you'll have to go towards y. So from 80 on the x-axis, you'll have to go up and touch the graph line, and then you'll have to read the y value. So go like this towards the y-axis, 10. Then when x is 0 degrees, what is the value of y? So x is 0 is here. Value of y, you should go up. See, till you hit the graph line. Go up till you hit the, see, this is like from 80, what did you do? From 80, what did you do? You went up till you hit the graph line, right? Same thing you should do here. From 0, go up till you hit the graph line. You're going up, going up. Oh, sorry. Okay, oh my God. See here like this. Don't mind. So like this we go. We have not still touched the graph line. Here we touch the graph line here. And that itself is the value on the y-axis. So from there you don't have to go towards the y-axis because you're already on the y-axis. So what is the value there? 90. So when x is 0, y is 90. I'll tell you again. You'll have to locate 0 degrees on the x-axis. Locate 0 degrees on the x-axis. Then what's the next step? You'll have to go up till you hit the graph line, till you meet the graph line. Okay, so this is 0 on the x-axis. That is step 1. Step 2, like how here, see, this is 80 on the x-axis. Then what did we do? We went up like this till we hit the graph line. So the same thing here, go up till you hit the graph line, go up till you hit the graph line. Here, we touch the graph line here. And from there, what should you do? You should read the value on the y-axis. But here you don't have to go, meaning you don't have to do anything to read the value on the y-axis because this itself is on the y-axis. So when x is 0, y is 10. Oh, sorry. When x is 0, y is 90. And then when x is 45. So 45 on the x-axis, 45 on the x-axis. And again, go up till you hit the graph line. Here we hit the graph line. And from there, go on to read the y value, 45. Because it's between 40 and 50, so 45. It's between 40 and 50, so 45. Got it, children? Am I clear?
Yes,
Yes. Yes, ma'am.
All right.
Yes,
So, all right, children, good. So from the graph, the complement of 80 degrees is 10 degrees. See, 80 degrees is 10 degrees, 0 degrees is 90 degrees, and 45 degrees is 45 degrees from the graph. And you have, now for this, you can't show the line. For this, you can not able to make it straight. Let me come from here. Yeah, for this, you cannot show the line. Maybe your teacher can ask you to use a different color pencil. I don't know, but you take her instruction. Otherwise, you don't have to show it because it's already there on the y-axis. For the others, you have to show, see, these lines must be there. When you're reading values from the graph, these lines must be there. You must show this. Any other question, children? All of you have completed the graph. So do you have any other question, any clarification? Any difficulty you had while making the graph? You can ask me now. All right. The next one, I think this. Is this the next one, children? Okay,
yes, ma'am.
Okay. Let me check. Correct, no? Yes, right? Should I check?
No, ma'am, this is the next question, ma'am.
Very good. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah. So here, see, sometimes. Okay, no. I think I corrected this. I shared the same image. Okay, nothing. All right. So perimeter of rectangle is 22 meters. So what is given? Perimeter of rectangle is 22 meters is given to us. Write a linear equation in 2 variables to represent the above information. So what information is given? Perimeter of rectangle is 22 meters. That information is given to you. Perimeter of a rectangle is 22 meters. That information is given to you. You need to represent this information as a linear equation in 2 variables. So two variables meaning x and y, and draw its graph. So use x and y to represent the above information and then make the graph of that equation. So let the length be x, breadth be y. So perimeter is given to be 22, but what is perimeter? 2 into L plus B. That is 2 into x plus y. 2 into x plus y is equal to 22. 2 into L plus B, 2 into x plus y is 22. So x plus y is equal to 22 by 2. So x plus y is equal to 11. That is the required linear equation. Is the required linear equation. Is the required linear equation. You can write this. X plus y is equal to 11 is the required linear equation, or you can write it in the standard form also. X plus y minus 11 is equal to 0 is the required linear equation. Is the required linear equation. Okay, because they've asked, write a linear equation to represent the above information. This is enough, but you can also write that x plus y minus 11 is equal to 0 is the required linear equation. Okay, you can write that. Now I have written x in terms of y. X is equal to 11 minus y. So I've given different values for y. And see, now you don't have to read anything from the graph. You don't have to read anything from the graph. So you don't have to really worry about the values you're going to take. All right, so mostly again, length and breadth are not negative, right? So mostly we don't take negative values. Again, if you take, you will still get the correct graph line. But we normally don't take, because in the situation where we have length and breadth of a rectangle, the values are not going to be negative. Length or breadth or perimeter is not going to be negative. So we mostly take positive values. So we don't show the negative side of the x-axis and y-axis at all. Okay, so you can see I've taken different values for x, and it's a small value, right? X plus y is equal to 11. Then why will you give x is 100 and all that? X plus y is 11. Then why should you take when y is 100? Correct? When y is 100, what is x? You don't have to take such values, because x plus y is equal to 11. You can give some small values for x, sorry, for y, and find the corresponding values of x. So 3, 5, and 1. So when y is 3, 5, and 1, these are the corresponding x values. So put that in the table. And then the scale again, you can see for this, you can take 1 centimeter is equal to 1 unit. For these values, to plot these values, 8, 3, 6, 5, 10, 1. For this, if you take, the scale as 1 centimeter is equal to 10 units, again, it's difficult to plot. It'll be very clumsy. So 1 centimeter, 1 unit. And you can see the points here plotted here, here, and here. Join. You can see the equation written. Yeah, length, breadth. X-axis is the length, because x. So length, x-axis represents the length, y-axis represents the breadth. Yes, question. Any questions, children?
No, ma'am.
All right.
No doubts, ma'am.
All right, children. Good. Yeah, I think this one, right? Draw the graph of x is equal to 4, y is equal to 3, y plus 4 is equal to 0, x plus 2 is equal to 0 on the same coordinate axis, plural. Find the area of the figure enclosed by these lines. This is the next one, right?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. So what do we do here? What do we mean by x is equal to 4? The table will be x is always 4. See, children, they're asking you to draw the graph of these lines on the same coordinate. See, they want you to, now your doubt may be, how do you know that when x is equal to 4, why can't it be like this? Why can't it be like this? Like this, and I say x is equal to 4. So how do you know that, you should, because x is equal to 4 is an equation and one variable also. X is equal to 4 is a linear equation and one variable. So one variable means it's a point on the number line. The geometric representation is a point on the number line. So why shouldn't we do this? So we shouldn't do this. We should not treat x is equal to 4 as a linear equation in one variable. X is equal. In fact, all these equations, all the 4 equations are equations in one variable. That means their geometric representation is a point on the number line. Look at all the equations. They're all equations in one variable x or y. That means when you treat them as when you treat them as an equation, a linear equation in one variable x or y, their geometric representation is a point on the number line. So then 4 different number lines we should take and then mark the points on the same number line. You should just show these points. Why are we making the graph? It's a simple answer. All of you also might know it, but I just want to make it a point because it's mentioned on the same coordinate axis. So on the graph paper, on the same coordinate axis, that is using the x-axis and y-axis. So x-axis and y-axis means straight line only. They're talking about straight lines. That means they want you to treat these equations as linear equations in 2 variables x and y. Because if you treat them as a linear equation in one variable x or y, it's only a point on the number line. They're asking you to make the graph on the same coordinate axis. That means in the Cartesian plane. In the Cartesian plane, you're showing lines. So that means in the question you're expected to treat these equations as equations in 2 variables x and y. So that is why we make a table, XY table. That's why we make an XY table. XY. X is always 4 for any value of y. Now these are simply equations, right? They don't represent any situation. So you can take negative values. It's not some situation. It's not about ages of some 2 people, or it's not about the length and breadth. So here you can take, again, I'm telling you, you can take negative values, you will still get the same graph line. But I'm saying in this situation, you can take negative values because there is no information about what this x is equal to 4 represents. So it's okay, you can take negative values here. So something like 0, okay, yeah, when x is 4, x is always 4 for any value of y, like this. Now tell me what is y is equal to 3? What is y is equal to 3? Y is? Am I audible, children?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, please answer my question. Y is equal to 3 means y is always 3 for any value of x. Yes or no?
Yes, ma'am.
Why are you not saying that? Now tell me for y plus 4 is equal to 0. Y plus 4 is equal to 0. That means y is equal to
4. Minus 4. Ma'am.
Minus 4. So how will you make the table? Y is always
Minus 4.
minus 4 for
X plus 4 is equal to 0. Any value of x, ma'am.
for any value of x. Who was that?
Ma'am, Madhumita.
Madhumita. Thank you. Yes. Y is always minus 4 for any value of x. Now what about x plus 2 is equal to 0? X is equal to
Minus 2, ma'am.
Minus 2, ma'am.
minus 2. So what do we mean by that? X is always
Minus 2.
With minus 2 for any value of y.
y. So here for this, we don't have any calculation. There is no calculation. You can directly prepare the XY table. There's no calculation here. So when you plot these points, you can, so when you plot these points, you get a line. These points 4, minus 3, 4, 0, 4, 3. you get the line for the equation x is equal to 4. Now we learn something else from this. X is equal to 4 is a line parallel to the y-axis. X is equal to 4 is a line parallel to the y-axis. Now, when it's parallel to the y-axis, it can be either to the left or the right of the y-axis. It's a positive 4. So the line x is equal to 4 will be parallel to the y-axis at a distance of 4 units to the right of the y-axis. Now, situations like this will be given in words, and you will be asked to write the equation. Now they'll give you, write the equation of the line. The question will be like this. Write the equation of the line, which is parallel to the y-axis at a distance of 4 units to the right of the y-axis. The equation is x is equal to 4. So you should be able to write it. It will be given in words. They'll ask you to write the equation. So let's understand how to write the equation using this graph. X is equal to 4. Observe, x is equal to 4. Where is the line x is equal to 4? Look into your graph notebook. X, see here, this is x is equal to 4. This line. This is x is equal to 4. This one. This is x is equal to 4. X is equal to 4. X is equal to, so it will be parallel to the y-axis. X is equal to 4 is a line parallel to the y-axis. Now, when it's y-axis, is it to the left or to the right? It's a positive 4. So x is equal to 4 is a line parallel to the y-axis at a distance of 4 units to the right of the y-axis. Now see this x is equal to minus 2. X is equal to minus 2. It's here. This is x is equal to minus 2. This is x is equal to minus 2. How is it? X is equal to minus 2 is also a line parallel to the y-axis. X is equal to 4, x is equal to minus 2. Positive value, here it's a negative value. When it is x is equal to, the lines are parallel to the y-axis. If it is positive, right side. If it's negative, left side. So x is equal to minus 2 is a line parallel to the y-axis at a distance of 2 units to the left of the y-axis. Why left? Because negative 2. Why right? Positive 4. Negative means left side. Positive means right side. X is equal to means parallel to the y-axis. So break it like that and understand when you see an equation like x is equal to, that is x is equal to a. The standard form is x is equal to a. X is equal to a constant. X is equal to a. When you see the equation like this, a is a constant. X is equal to a is a line parallel to the y-axis. Put that in your mind first. Next, when it's y-axis, is it to the right or left? If it's positive, right side. Negative, left side. Distance, whatever is mentioned here. 4 units, 2 units. Now observe these graph lines. Observe these graph lines. Y is equal to 3, y is equal to minus 4. Y is equal to a positive value, y is equal to a negative value. So the standard form is y is equal to b. X is equal to a, y is equal to b. Y is equal to b, that is y is equal to a constant. That constant can be anything. The constant can be positive or negative. Y is equal to b. So when it's y is equal to, it's parallel to the x-axis. Y is equal to, it's parallel to the x-axis. Now, when it's parallel to the x-axis, the line can be above or below the x-axis. When it's parallel to the x-axis, the line can be above or below. If it's positive, above. If it's negative, below. So y is equal to 3. Y is equal to means it's parallel to the x-axis. So when you see y is equal to, you should say the line will be parallel to the x-axis. Next, you must say whether it is above or below. It's above because it's positive 3. So y is equal to 3 is a line parallel to the x-axis at a distance of 3 units above the x-axis. At a distance of 3 units, this distance, see this distance is 3 units. See here, this distance is 3 units above the x-axis. Similarly, y is equal to -4. See, the line is here. Y is equal to -4. The line is here. Y is equal to, so it's parallel to the x-axis. It's parallel to the x-axis. So y is equal to -4, -4, below the x-axis. So y is equal to means parallel to the x-axis, and the negative means below the x-axis. So how do you describe the line of the equation y is equal to -4? The graph of the equation y is equal to -4 is a line parallel to the x-axis at a distance of 4 units below the x-axis. At a distance of 4 units below the x-axis. So, or if you make a note, I'll just write it now. Now, make a note below this, or you can, if there is no place, just say question number 7, give the reference number, whatever number you have mentioned in your notebook, and write it there. X is equal to 4 is a line. Write down, children. I'll have to clear the slide immediately. X is, please start writing. X is equal to 4 is a line parallel to the y-axis. At a distance of 4 units. At a distance of 4 units to the right of the y-axis. Right of the y-axis. Write on this. Let me know if you finish writing. Done, children?
Yes, ma'am. Completed. Completed, ma'am.
All right, children, good. Now let's write for x is equal to -2. Okay, so x is equal, I'm writing for x is equal to -2 now. X is equal to -2 is a line parallel to the y-axis. Sorry, so bad my handwriting. X is equal to -2 is a line parallel to the y-axis at a distance 2 units to the left of the y-axis. To the left of the y-axis. Why don't you do? Now I want you to write for y is equal to 3 and y is equal to -4. I'll ask somebody to read out. Please write for y is equal to 3 and y is equal to -4. I'll ask somebody to read out.
Ma'am, instead of right and left, should we say top and bottom?
Yeah, above and below.
Okay, ma'am.
Above and below.
Completed, ma'am.
Very good. Class, use the emoji. Raise your hand. Tanya, Tanishka, Madhumita, Shri, Krishmika, Shri, Netra, Prajit, Shri Jana, and Arjun. Arjun, are you there? Okay. Yeah, class, lower your hands. Who would like to read out? Raise your hand. Who would like to read out for the first one? Why is my cursor not working? Yeah. Okay. I said, children, whoever wants to read out for the first one, please raise your hand. Madhumita, Danya. That's all. The others have not understood. Okay, Danya, do the first one and Madhumita do the second one. Danya, yes.
So y is equal to 3 is a line parallel to the x-axis at the distance of 3 units to the above of y-axis.
Very good. Very good. Y is equal to 3 is a line. Is a line parallel to the, oh my God, my handwriting. Y is equal to 3 is a line parallel to the x-axis at a distance of x-axis at a distance of 3 units above the x-axis. Very good. Madhumita, next one.
Yes, ma'am. Y is equal to -4 is a line parallel to the x-axis at a distance of 4 units below the x-axis.
Very good. Very good.
Thank you, ma'am.
Y is equal to -4 is a line parallel to the x-axis at a distance of 4 units. 4 units. You can see it also on the graph here. It's visible here. So at a distance of 4 units below the x-axis. Yes, please write down. If you have not written, please write down. All right. I hope all of you finished writing this.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. Yes, I think this is the last one.
Yes,
I
ma'am.
sent 4. This is the 4th one. Okay, so this one. Now tell me, children, x is equal to 2. Now for this, you'll have to make the table. 2x plus 3y is equal to 11. What's the value of c? What is? Tell me quickly. What's the value of c?
-7.
-11, ma'am.
Minus 11. And but one more thing, children. See, this is. Sometimes we can give 2 values for A, 2 values for B, and 2 values for C. I'll tell you why. Now, see, when you transpose, now look, this is the equation. So that's fine. You can say anything. Oh my God. See, this is the equation, all right? 2x plus 3y is equal to 11 is the equation. What if I transpose, okay, I think I'll write it. You can understand it yourself. I can do this, or I can even do this. Yes or no? Tell me. I can take.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, both are correct. There is no rule that I have to transpose only 11, right? So in one case, I transpose 11. I have 2x plus 3y. I have 2x plus 3y in the left-hand side itself, and I transpose 11. So in that case, we get 2x plus 3y minus 11 is equal to 0. What if, you do it like this? Yeah. What if you keep 11 in the RHS? What if you keep 11 in the RHS and transpose 2x and 3y? That's also possible. So then when you transpose 2x, it becomes minus 2x. When you transpose plus 3y, it becomes minus 3y. And 11 is meaning you're transposing the terms in the LHS to the RHS. So from the LHS, you're moving the terms to the RHS. In that case, it becomes minus 2x minus 3y plus 11 is equal to 0. So like this, you can get two sets of values for A, B, C. That's fine. So when you write it like this and compare, you get ax plus by plus c is equal to 0. Here ax plus by plus c is equal to 0. That's a standard form of a linear equation and 2 variables x and y. What's the value of A, children?
2.
2.
2, ma'am.
Value of B?
3.
ma'am.
3,
C?
ma'am.
-11, ma'am.
Minus 11, ma'am.
Very good. What's the value of A here?
-2.
Ma'am.
B?
Minus 2, ma'am.
-3.
Minus 3.
And C?
11.
11.
11, ma'am.
Correct. Both are correct. Both are correct. Both are correct. So you can tell me C is 11 or minus 11. Both are correct. But C is not 0, no? That means the graph of this equation will not pass through the origin. What we have understood, this is another thing we have understood. When the value of C is 0, when the value of C is 0, the graph line will pass through the origin. When the value of C is not 0, the graph line will not pass through the origin. Okay. So again, you can make a note of this. Believe me, children, next year graphs will not be done in detail because we learn making graphs in 9th standard. Just that next year you will have to make one more line. That is next year the name of the chapter is a pair of linear equations. A pair of linear equations in 2 variables. Now it is linear equation. Only one linear equation in 2 variables x and y. Next year it is a pair of linear equations in 2 variables x and y. So graph will not be done in detail. And making learning how to make graphs for linear equations is very, very important. So even if you have not learned it in this detail in your school, do not neglect it. This knowledge will definitely come handy for you next year. When C is 0, graph line passes to the origin. When C is not 0, the graph line does not pass to the origin. So 2x plus 3y is equal to 11. So what if they ask you, MCQ, 2x plus 3y is equal to 11. The graph passes through the origin, does not pass through the origin, some 4 options. So, because the value of C is not 0, it's 11 or minus 11. It will not pass through the origin. It will not pass through the origin. Now, when x is equal to, what's the value of C here, children? X is equal to minus 2. What's the value of C?
11. Oh, sorry. Ask me the last equation.
In x is equal to minus 2, what's the value of C?
0, ma'am.
0. In x is equal to minus 2, what is the value of C?
0, ma'am.
How many of you say C is 0?
Ma'am, when 2 is transposed to left hand side, it will become x plus 2. So x plus 2 is equal to 0. So value of C is equal to 0.
Okay, if you transpose x to the right hand side, then what will it be?
C is equal to 0, ma'am.
No. When you transpose x to the right hand side, then what will be the equation?
Minus x minus 2, ma'am.
What is the value of C? I don't want 0 again. Think Tanishka. I don't want 0 again. What's the value of C? Class, what's the value of C?
Minus 2, ma'am.
Minus 2 or? Why?
Plus 2, ma'am.
Plus 2. Why, children? Compare with ax plus by plus c is equal to 0. X is there, so a is 1. Okay, if you have a doubt, x plus 2 is equal to 0 means x plus 0y plus 2 is equal to 0. So what's the value of a? 1. What's the value of b? 0. What's the value of c? 2. And here minus x plus 0y. Y is not there. Minus 2 is equal to 0. What's the value of a? What is the value of a?
Minus 1.
Minus 1. What's the value of b?
0.
0.
What's the value of c?
Minus 2.
Minus 2.
Minus 2. C is minus 2. No, it's not 0. So it will not pass to the origin. See here? It will not pass to the origin, which is x is equal to minus 2. You know x is equal to minus 2 will be a line parallel to the y-axis at a distance of 2 units to the left of the y-axis. So see here, you can see that line here. X is equal to minus 2. So theoretically, we know x is equal to minus 2 will be a line parallel to the y-axis at a distance of 2 units. See here, 2 units. 2 units distance. At a distance of 2 units to the left of the y-axis. You can see it there. See. I'm saying that you can see that the graph line does not pass through the origin because the value of C is not 0. Doesn't pass to the origin. Origin is this one. This is the origin. It's not passing through the origin. It's not like this or like this or like this or like this. It's not passing through the origin. And then for y is equal to 0. In y is equal to 0, what's the value of in y is equal to 0, what are the values of a, b, and c? Am I right? Okay. Is x there? 1 minute, 1 minute. Y is equal to 0. Is the variable x there?
No, ma'am.
No, ma'am.
So 0x. Plus, if the y is the y variable there?
Yes,
ma'am.
ma'am.
1 by 1.
Write it as it is. Don't write 0y. Write that y as it is. Can you see the constant?
No, ma'am.
0.
Oh, ma'am.
So x term is not there, 0x plus y plus the constant is not there, plus 0 is equal to 0. So the value of a is 0. The value of b is 1. B is 1, and c is 0.
0.
So y is equal to 0 will pass through the origin. And what is y is equal to 0? It's the equation of the x-axis. Y is equal to 0 is the equation of the x-axis. See here, y is equal to 0 is this line. Y is equal to 0 is this line. And it passes through the origin. It does pass through the origin. Y is equal to 0 passes through the origin. It's the equation of the x-axis. So you have to, this is one graph line. This is one line. This is the second one. And the x-axis itself is a third one. So clearly this is the region bounded by the 3 lines. You can cross the y-axis. Don't think you must shade only this triangle. Don't think you should shade only this triangle. No, I've told you that the 3 sides of the triangle must be segments of the 3 lines. So see here, this is from one line, this side is from one line, and this side is from the other line. This is the region bounded by the 3 lines. It's a triangle. You can see that this side of the triangle is of this line. This side of the triangle is of this line. And this side of the triangle is of this line, the 3 lines. So find the area of the triangle. Okay, also find the area of the triangle. Oh, you're not asked to shade, is it? Okay, then you don't have to shade. Maybe just to teach, just to make you understand where the triangle is, I've shaded it. Shading you need not do. Only if they ask you to shade, you should shade. Otherwise, don't shade. Only if they ask you to shade the triangle, you must shade it. Otherwise, you don't have to shade it. Find the area of the triangle. So how do you find the area of the triangle? Again, what should you answer? 1 minute. Find the coordinates. Okay, you can see the coordinates here. And then find the area. So shading alone is not there, but I have shaded it. Okay, coordinates we've written here. So these are the vertices. 1, 2, 3. These are the vertices. Again, you can call it ABC in any order. You can call it P, Q, R, X, Y, Z, any order. And write out the coordinates, which you know. And the area of the triangle is half base into height. Basis, you can take anything as the base. You can take AC as the base and BC as the height. Or you can take BC as the base and AC as the height. There's a right triangle. It's a right triangle. Right triangle. So half base into height. So how much is this one? How much is it? How much is this one? And how much is this one? Let's check. So from here to here, from here to here. So there's 5.5 here and 2 here. So 7.5, 7.5. Because there's 5.5 here, 5.5 here, units here, and then 2 units here. So 7 point, don't, because it's -2, don't subtract. 7.5. And how much is it from here to here? You can see it's 5 units, 5 units. It's 5 units. So half base into height will give you the area of the triangle. Is it fine, children?
Yes, ma'am.
All right.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, answer this question. All of you. Take write down. Don't write question number 13, children. Please continue with your serial number. Continue with your serial number. Don't. So yeah, write A and write the answer. B, write the answer. C, write the answer. D, write the answer. I'll give you 5 minutes for this. Yes, start working. We've just understood all this.
Completed, ma'am.
Good. Right. Others need some more time.
Completed, ma'am.
Okay. So how do you decode this information? Answer this. Answer whatever I'm asking you, children. Line parallel to the x-axis. So you will start with what? It's
Y,
parallel.
ma'am.
Y,
Y,
ma'am.
very good. Yeah. So see, yeah, that's what I wanted. Line parallel to the x-axis. That means y is equal to at a distance. So it can be a positive value or a negative value. See, you can just take the help of a graph like this to show the x and y axis parallel to the x-axis. So that means it can be parallel to the x-axis, meaning it can be like this or like this. Parallel to the x-axis. So it can be, the line can be here or it can be here. So and then the equation goes like y is equal to. So now the thing is it positive or negative? See, the value here can be positive or negative. If it's above, it's positive. If it's below, it's negative. Now what is it here? Above. So it's going to be positive. And distance is 4.5. So what's the equation? Y is equal to plus 4.5 or minus. Is it plus 4.5 or minus 4.5?
Plus 4.5, ma'am.
Plus 4.5 or 4.5, as somebody said. Or you can just write 4.5. Y is equal to 4.5. Or you can write y is equal to 9/2. You know, 1 minute. I need to tell you something more here. Yeah. So these are the three phrases you need to look at. Line parallel to the x-axis, distance is this many units, and above. These are the three things. This decides y is equal to. This decides 4.5 here. And then the sign, is it plus or minus? Above, so plus. That's all. Let me write it. Parallel to x-axis means y is equal to 4.5. Y is equal to 4.5. And above, so positive 4.5. Okay, see, you can just take the help of the graph like this. It's a line parallel to the x-axis. So the line can be here. This is the x-axis. So the line can be here or here. It's parallel to the x-axis. It can be above or below. If it's above, it's positive. If it's below, it's negative. It's above, so it's positive. A positive 4.5. Y is equal to 4.5. Now, sometimes children, you will be asked to write the equation in the standard form. So you must write y is equal to, what is 4.5? 9/2.
9.
Yeah, so see here, the answer for the first one, y is equal to 4.5. So y is equal to 9/2. Cross multiply, 2y is equal to 9. 2y minus 9 is equal to 0 is the required equation in the standard form. Is the required equation. Standard form. See, because when the options are given, you may be given the option y is equal to 9/2. Sometimes you may not find that option. You will find the option 2y minus 9 is equal to 0. That's given in the standard form. So please make a note. If you have not written in the standard form, just continue, finish it.
Completed, ma'am.
Okay.
Completed, ma'am. Completed, ma'am.
Yeah.
Completed, ma'am.
Good. Yeah. Now the second one. It's parallel to the x-axis. Again, parallel to the x-axis. It's parallel to the x-axis. So y is equal to 7 units. So 7. And it's below. So it'll be a negative 7.
Minus 7.
Y is equal to minus 7.
Minus 7.
Y is equal to minus 7. So y is equal to minus 7 is the required equation. But in the standard form, y plus 7 is equal to 0. Is the required equation. Is the required equation. In the standard form, it is y plus 7 is equal to 0. Please write that if you have not written. Y plus 7 is equal to 0 is the required equation. Now this is parallel to the y-axis. So it will be
X-axis, ma'am.
x is equal to. What's the value? 3. So when it's parallel to the y-axis, see here. This is the y-axis. When the line is parallel to the y-axis, it can be here or here. So it can be to the right side of the y-axis or to the left side of the y-axis. If it's to the right side, it's positive. If it's to the left side, it's negative. Yeah, is it to the left or right? Left of it. It's on the left side. Left, so it's negative. So x is equal to minus 3 1 by 4, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
So
Yes,
x is equal to, yeah, minus 3 1 by 4. X is equal to minus 13 by 4. Cross multiply. 4x is equal to minus 13 or 4x plus 13 is equal to 0 is the required equation. Is the required equation. Right on, children? 4x plus 13 is equal to 0 is the required equation. Finish, children?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
Ma'am.
yes, ma'am.
Okay. So, and the last one. The last one, line parallel to the y-axis. So x is equal to 11 units is the distance, so 11. And right side, so positive 11. So x is equal to 11 or x plus 11 is equal to, oh sorry, x minus 11. X minus 11 is equal to 0 is the required equation. X is equal to 11 or x is equal to, sorry, x is equal to 11 or x minus 11 is equal to 0 is the required equation. Please complete. Yeah. Have you all written the questions, the statements, children? All
Yes,
of you?
ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, children, this you can help yourself. Take a screenshot and complete this. It's just about finding the values of A, B, and C. It's just about finding the values of A, B, C. Take a screenshot, children. Very simple ones. Please finish it by the next class. Or at least leave some pages. If you think you can do it only the weekend, please leave some pages so that the empty pages will remind you that you have to complete it. Done? Took a screenshot?
Yes, ma'am.
Taken, ma'am.
All right. Yeah, this is, again, take a screenshot, write each of the following as a linear equation and two variables x and y. Yeah, you can do this by yourself. Take a picture.
Taken, ma'am.
Yeah,
Taken, ma'am.
all right. Yeah, this also. Show that it's a solution. Just put it in place of x and y and show that the LHS is equal to the RHS.
Taken, ma'am.
Taken, ma'am.
Yeah. Here you'll have to check which one are solutions and which one are not solutions. Here you'll have to check which one are solutions and which one are not solutions. So if you take up the LHS and you work it and you arrive at the RHS, it's a solution. Otherwise, it's not a solution. So like in the second case, the equation is 2x minus y is equal to 6. So see here 2x, x is 0, so 2 into 0, minus y, so minus 6 is equal to, okay, I've written the equation in the standard form first. 1 minute. You can see here, I've written the equation in the standard form first. See here, 2x minus y minus 6 is equal to 0. So I've substituted here, I've taken this as the LHS. I've taken this one as the LHS, and I work and check if we get 0 everywhere. So here, when you take the LHS, this is 2x, children. See here, this is 2x minus y minus 6. Okay, 2x minus y minus 6. So you can see 2x, x is 0, y is minus 6. Minus 6 is equal to, when you work this, what you get? 0 minus 12, which is minus 12. And that's not the RHS. RHS is 0. You write it one below the other. Maybe you will understand better. You can just work it like this. Here, what is the LHS, children? LHS is 2x minus y minus 6. You work it below. So that is equal to 2 into 0 minus y. That is 6 minus 6. That is equal to 2 into 0 is 0 minus 12, which is equal to minus 12, which is not the RHS. RHS is 0. It's not the RHS. So that means x is 0, y is equal to 6 is not a solution. This is not a solution. You please work it one below the other, children. Don't work it like this. Don't work it like this. I'll also try to change the presentation by the next class. I'll also try to, I'll put it one below the other. I repeat. So now when you take, this third point, 3, 0, 3, 0 meaning x is 3, y is 0. So take the LHS. What is the LHS? It's 2x minus y minus 6. This is the left hand side. See here, 2x minus y minus 6. Now 2 into, what is x? What is x? Root 3. 2 into root 3. Minus y, minus y is 0. 0. Minus 6, this minus 6. Then you get 2 root 3. 2 root 3 minus 0 minus 6. So minus 6. And 2 root 3 minus 6 is not 0. It's not the RHS. 2 root 3 minus 6 is not 0. It's not the RHS. So this is not equal to the RHS. So that means root 3, 0 is not a solution. If LHS is equal to the RHS, it's a solution. If it's not equal, it's not a solution. Yeah. I think this will do. This will do. Try to finish the. I'll be happy if you can finish it by the next class, because all are very simple ones. I think a matter of half an hour, you can finish it. All right. Taken screenshots, children, all of you?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, children. Yeah. Now, along with that, try to finish this graph. You need to practice a lot of graphs, which is why I'm giving you homework. Draw the graph of x is equal to 4 and y is equal to 5. Find the area of the figure formed by the two lines and the two axes. So now tell me, where will the line x is equal to 4, where will you find this line x is equal to 4? X is equal to 4 means it will be parallel to the
Y-axis.
Y-axis.
y-axis. Y-axis, that will be parallel to the y-axis. Left side or right side?
Left side, ma'am.
Left or right side?
Left
Right
side, ma'am.
side.
Right side, because it's a positive 4. Right side.
Right side.
Right side. So 1, 2, 3, 4 here. So it will be parallel to the y-axis. It will be parallel to the y-axis at a distance of 4 units. 1, 2, 3, 4. At a distance of 4 units to the right of the y-axis. It will be here. This is only x is equal to 4. Y is equal to 5. Y is equal to 5. Will be parallel to the
X-axis, ma'am.
above or below?
Above, ma'am.
Above, ma'am.
Because it's a positive 5 above. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, let me take it here. So it will be parallel to the x. Y is equal to, so it will be parallel to the x-axis. And it will be 5 units above the x-axis. So here. So this is one line. So this is one line. This is the line y is equal to 5. And this is the x-axis and y-axis. This is the y-axis. This is the x-axis. So which is a square formed by the two lines, these two lines and the x-axis and y-axis. See, this is the y-axis. This is the x-axis. This is one line. This is the other line. So this is the figure. See, this is the figure. This is the figure formed by the two lines and the x-axis and y-axis. So see here, this is the part of the y-axis. This is a part of the x-axis. This is a part of the line x is equal to 4. And this is a part of the line y is equal to 5. I told you, when you shade the region, now this one has 4 sides. Each side will be a segment of each line. See here, one of the lines is the y-axis. So this is the side from the y-axis. This is the side from the x-axis. This is the side from y is equal to 4. Sorry, x is equal to 4. And this is the side from y is equal to 5. So this is the region bounded by the two lines and the x-axis and y-axis. And the area will be, how much is the area? From here to here is 4 units. From here to here it's 5 units. So it's a rectangle. It's a rectangle. See, from here to here it's 4 units. And from here to here it's 5 units. So the area of the rectangle is L into B, 4 into 5, 20 square units. So try to finish this also by the next class, children. A graph, see, for the others you have the answers. Graph, we'll discuss this in the next class. So please complete this.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. All right, children. So that's it for today's session. Thank you so much.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, children.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you very much, ma'am.
Thank you.